Anyone graduating this evening, can you please make your way to the front 2 rows? See you in a bit.
Just a reminder, anyone who's graduating, front 2 rows, please. Okay, well thank you. Let me just do a couple of introductions and then we'll get into the evening. First of all, thank you all for coming and thank you for coming on time. Let me introduce myself. My name's Atul Mehta. I wear 2 hats. I'm an employee in the building here and I'm also the chair of You Make It. I've been involved with You Make It for around about 2.5 years. A year as chair, a year as a trustee, and about half a year as a mentor. So I've been through all of that journey. And one of the things that I liked about it was within the area in which we work, which is here, and we were giving back to the local community. And I mean, myself and my fellow employees were getting as much out of it as the people that we helped. And so we really, really enjoyed it. And that's why I took on the role that I did. So I have a couple of announcements to make. Firstly, we're being live streamed on Facebook. Which I didn't know was possible, but it is possible, and so we are. And the QR codes that you've all got on your seats, you need to hang on to for later on in the evening. I'm not going to tell you why, but you need to hang on to them, okay? Yep. The second one, there is a hashtag that I need to tell you all, which is We Made It. Hashtag We Made It. Remember that, you'll need that later on. What I'd like to do is show you a movie first, before I hand over to Usman, the CEO. So let's get into the movie.
I was stressed, I was exhausted, so which meant I couldn't focus on the things I really wanted, which was to get myself in the creative industry. And she really helped me to focus and understand that these are things that I still can do and still be a mother. And she also put me in touch with mine. And so with combining all of that, I was really able to focus and put myself out there. I began to work with You Make It because I really am passionate about the work that they do. I love the fact that after sort of I start the workshops, the women kind of look a little bit like rabbits in the headlights, but at the end of the workshop, most most of them have absorbed what I've said. They've always got lots of questions, I'm always really engaged. And then months after, I hear success stories of women that have really embraced what I've taught them on the workshops. And that's just really rewarding. And I think it's the best part about what I do and what You Make It does. It's stuff that really sticks. Sitting in that nutritional and wellness workshop really did get me to think about how I eat, you know? And so now the way I live my life is really trying to implement self-care. Self-care was out of my vocabulary before. It is really hard, like being a mum, and being a single mum, and having all my own issues going on inside. But I like that You Make It kind of brings it back to you, and it has helped me a lot, like being a parent and teaching my boy. Like, I'll ask him questions like, what does he want to do, and you know, can you see what mum is doing? The lessons that I'm teaching him through what I'm doing is just kind of like passing on. So I think it's quite good that he can see that, he can see me making steps, and yeah, it's along for the journey. Yeah. So where I am now is, I think we're 10 weeks into the course, into the program, and my confidence has grown more than it ever has in 10 years. And I was able to interview for a role with Publicis Sapient, a leading global company in creative industry. I put myself forward, interviewed, and landed myself a full-time role with them, and it's just amazing. I'm still like shocked, to be honest.
So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming along to support the 9th cohort of programme graduates. I can't believe, really, that 7 years ago, with no funding, this was set up, but I'm so happy and proud that since then, I've managed to lever in support from a whole range of people to make sure that following that first pilot, we've continued to be an absolute success, and that women of colour in our boroughs are not wrongly overlooked. In what is obviously a really fantastic city, but it's clearly one that's completely divided as well and unfair in so many ways. Before we get to the main event, which is obviously to celebrate the achievements of these beautiful, amazing, intelligent and resilient young women who are sitting in front of me, I want to say a few things about our future. Very sadly and wrongly, it's not one that we feel secure of come 2019. In spite of our transparency, our user engagement, the need for us, and our absolutely proven, demonstrable and quantified impact. I am truly thankful to the supporters to date, but we are in this really tough position now of not knowing if we get repeat funding, because demand out there on funders is becoming more and more pressing. What I can say is that as the woman who set this up from her kitchen table 7 years ago, I'm absolutely not going to let it die. My fantastic team are not going to let it die. We're going to fight like tigers for this to continue, because the women here today absolutely deserve what we have. One thing to keep in mind is that if You Make It falls through the cracks, the sorts of wonderful women that you will meet this evening also fall through the cracks. So have that in mind as you tightly hold on to your QR codes, and we'll explain what you do with those at the end of the evening. While we know there are lots of employment and enterprise programs out there, we are extremely confident that our holistic work cannot be boxed up in this very simplistic way. We make very long-lasting changes in the lives of our women because of the very deep and rounded way that we work with them. We're very different from a one-size-fits-all approach. We're not top-down, we're not patronising. We hear our women when they say they have never been listened to, responded and cared for in the way that You Make It does. We listen to them when they say that they've dropped out of this course and that course before this because it just wasn't doing what it needed to do for them, which is to look after them in a holistic, rounded way. We listen to them when they say often at graduation, don't let this work stop, and we really hope that any funders who are going to watch this on our live feed, or who are here today, in fact you as individuals with agency and power and probably a pound or two in your pockets, also listen to that. We feel enormous pride in our women at this point at graduation because we know their backstories are often not the most simplest and that they've come through so much in life. And my God, the power and determination we see in them every week as they begin to feel their power in themselves and their absolute right to succeed in this city is just truly inspirational. Because we listen, this work won't just continue to grow, it absolutely won't shrink. That's what possibly is going to happen in the not so worst case scenario. It would mean that I, who set this programme up on my own and continue to, well, there's 20 women at 6 months at a time, and then had to stop and start from scratch for 6 months to make it happen again, cannot happen. We have to continue to be the fantastically robust, warm, hard-working team that Big Lottery funding has allowed us to be from the start of 2016. So now we're working with 50 women a year as opposed to the 20 that I had the capacity to work with from 2011 to 16 rather. And while we've always been a very user-responsive model, we've been able to, with that room to breathe and grow, become even more adaptable in our approach. Our program activities has grown and evolved constantly. We've developed fantastic new business partnerships, many, Sapien included actually, and many businesses in the audience this evening. And we've also introduced new one-to-one therapy and pastoral care services. We've developed even further our work around well-being. We are truly an exemplar of a dynamic, responsive, beneficiary-focused charity. We've also remained absolutely consistent with extremely high levels of retention and outcomes for women who rise and claim a right to the kinds of lives they should always have had, but just didn't have because truly they haven't accessed anything quite as caring as you make it. We provide them with a really safe space for real and honest dialogue and exchange, along with all the structured activities of mentoring, workshops, tailored placements and business startup support. And this is absolutely not a common thing. So if one more funder says to me, there's other stuff like you out there, I think I'm just going to go mad, because I just know there isn't. Which is why we get the outcomes that we do. They're not comparable to lots of other things out there. Just imagine what we could do if we were given longer to deliver, breathe and grow. Our ambitions, if we're supported to do this, are to not only continue our amazing local work, but to launch You Make It Happen, so not You Make It, You Make It Happen, as a pilot in June 2019. This will be a learning hub delivered by myself and my fantastic colleagues, which distills our proven model of best practice so that others across the commercial, charity and public sector with an aim and purpose to untap the potential of young people, but who may be struggling to achieve our impact, can learn from us and each other. For the pilot, we're looking for 10 organisations to spend 2 days with You Make It next summer in 2019 here at Sapien, so you can learn all there is to know about our approach and how to adapt it to your own workplaces. If you're interested in this, I would need to hear from you by the end of this work week ideally, so email me usma@you-make-it.org, or you might be attached to organisations or know of other people who work in the territory of youth empowerment or youth employment who you think could really do with coming along to our new You Make It Happen programme. Thanks Kate O'Connor for naming You Make It Happen. It's one of my trustees' ideas. Before we close this evening, or at the end of this evening, I'm going to let you know what those QR codes are about. I'm sure some of you know, because I've mentioned money at the same time as mentioning those codes. But before we do that, and we get on to the main business of the evening, which is to listen to our women, I want to thank our current funders, the Big Lottery Fund, Claude Duffield, Henry Smith, the East End Community Foundation. I so appreciate all that you have done to enable us to do work that really should just be happening continuously. I sometimes feel a bit annoyed that I actually have to come up here and plead for it to continue. It should just be the right of every woman to have what we give them. Look, such is life. I truly hope that you will continue to support us once your time-limited grants come to an end, at the end of this year, but we are also sure that it probably would not be, especially when it comes to Big Lottery, at the same level of funding. So it really is important that tonight you don't just listen to the stories, feel wowed by them, but you also use your power to contribute to the work in 2019. I think I've really hammered that point home now, so I think we're going to move on. Now for the main business of this evening, which is to meet our wonderful 9th cohort, I just can't believe it anyway, 9th cohort of You Make It graduates. I want to thank you ladies really more than anybody else for the energy and commitment that you've shown to this work, and to yourselves as well. Everyone in this room, as you can see, it's a packed room, is here for you tonight, and it's true to say that over the course of the programme, many of you have been faced with absolutely really, really difficult personal situations that would throw most people entirely off track. But it's a testament to your ability and your resilience and your determination and the power that you have, that you've stuck to the initiative. And I think it's also a testament to our model and our team that we haven't really allowed those personal situations to derail you. So I want to thank Roxy and Manon as well for just making sure that you've all shown that you are made of metal, and for that reason none of us have any doubt that you're going to do absolutely fine in life. Worry about the people who might not access this in the future, to be fair, but you know, you've managed to get to us, which is fantastic. There are absolutely no promises or expectations that when you leave here tonight that life is going to be plain sailing. It isn't for anybody, and actually it's a lot tougher for some people. I think it is clearly tougher for women of colour from non-middle class backgrounds. That's a no-brainer. It's been tough for me, it's been tough for my team at certain points in our younger careers. So my parting advice is to really, if I was to say anything, just make sure you stick up for yourself, because you deserve to be treated well in your professional and personal lives. Amongst so many other things, I hope that You Make It has taught you that you are so absolutely worth it. Go out there into the world, use your voice, use your power to challenge any situation that you feel you're being treated unfairly in. Unfortunately, it will happen. But just remember this journey, remember who you are, remember your power as women and your right to having every chance possible in this short but wonderful life. While tonight obviously marks the end of this programme that's just really flown by, we're already running another one in tandem. It also marks the continuation of very positive upward journeys for you, and with that in mind, I want to call onto the stage your absolutely wonderful and my wonderful programmes manager, Roxy Shahi.
Wow, good evening everyone. He's got some feedback. That's better, right?
Yes.
Cool. So we're really proud to be here today looking at, well, such a resilient, passionate, talented and inspiring group of women. And I just can't tell you how impressed we've been by each of you as you become increasingly confident, use your voice, focus on the things that really mean the most to you. We've loved seeing how you progress your ideas, selling your artwork, taking on internships and jobs, searching for courses and freelance gigs. Most of all, you've taken up lots of great opportunities to network and be a part of your city, because that's exactly what it is. From going to conferences and TEDx events, masterclasses, London Fashion Week, and even Chelsea Flower Show, we know that the next 6 months you are all going to continue to achieve, develop and explore. But we've seen you encounter challenges on a weekly basis, some based around balancing your busy lives with the programme, finding childcare, speaking to new people, and actually believing in your own potential, and that can be the hardest part. However, some of the challenges have been unexpected, painful, and something we all wish could have been avoided. Some of you have sadly lost loved ones, had close relatives undertake serious medical treatment, received news and other shocks that you could not have been prepared for, and those situations could have knocked you down, they could have stopped you, but we were so inspired by how each of you kept your composure through those incredibly tough times, And there have been times where you may have stumbled and thought of giving up, but instead you spoke up and you sought support through us, your mentors, our therapists, and our pastoral care team. And that's exactly why we know that you'll continue to succeed in your lives. The truth is, the world needs strong and powerful women just like each one of you. And I've seen how you supported and encouraged each other in and outside of our workshops. I really encourage you to make sure that you keep these beautiful relationships alive. Your care for each other has been genuine and invaluable in what is at times a dog-eat-dog world. And also, don't forget that you build a network of professionals who are there to be utilised and support you in your career. I'd like to now invite Councillor Claire Potter on stage, who will say a few words and hand you your certificates.
Hello everybody, I am here today because many of you do live in the borough of Hackney. Sorry. Haven't had so much practice in this. And I was very excited to hear about the project, and it came originally be a reference from a mentor that some of you may have had contact with, and I went and I met Roxy and I met Asma, and I really liked the vision, and talking and seeing what the film tonight and seeing the way that you support each other, I am very pleased that I've chosen you make it as one of my nominated charities this year, so I hope to help support you. Anyway, enough about that. What's more important is that you get to get the presentation for the hard work that you've put in, and I'm very honoured to be part of that. Thank you.
Okay, ladies, Roxy will call you up. You'll come up these stairs. You'll get your certificate here. Then you'll walk down here and you'll get a photo. Then someone should, then take a photo here with you holding the certificate. Yeah.
To start off, can we have Afra Umran?
Hi everyone. So I just want to say thank you to obviously Asma and Roxy for always being there, and the sweetest person, Manon. Thank you everyone for being here today. If you told me that I'll be here in 6 months' time, I would have said as if. So thank you guys. Also making friends, and thank you for letting me have an opportunity to network. Thank you very much.
Miss Alina Lakatos.
I just want to say thank you to everybody here tonight. This is an amazing opportunity for every single female. And I'm so lucky and thankful for being in this position right now, because God knows how hard life is and how hard life can get. But I'm so happy to be here and have amazing people around me, because that's what we need the most. Positive energy. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Make It team. Everyone's so amazing. And secondly, thank my sisters. Quick, because I'm not trying to cry on this stage. But this journey's been amazing for me. 6 months ago, I never would have been here. I promise you that now. I've never been standing in front of you speaking. But this program has opened up so many opportunities for me, given me so much confidence, and I can't wait to grab every opportunity in the future. It's changed my whole path, and I'm just super excited. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Cecilia Purdy. We made it, girls. I just want to thank Roxy, Manon, and Asma so much for building a program like this. Roxy, thank God for you, because I don't know what made the angels make you stop me in that ministry to come and join this program. But I'm really thankful you did. Like, this program has not only given me confidence, it has made me believe that I can do whatever I want to do, and I should. And I just want to thank you so much. Thank you. Shantae James Brown.
Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh. I just want to say thank you so much to Roxy, Asma, and Manon. Oh my gosh, this has been such an amazing program. All of you should support it no matter what. All the girls, sisterhood is the one. Yes. I love this program so much. If I could do it again, I would. Yeah, I definitely would. Yes. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Davinia Thomas.
Literally, thank you guys so much, like, Asma, for making this. Like, it's so amazing. I don't think you realise how much you literally changed my life. Like, you make it was literally my lifetime. Like, because, like, a couple of days before I met Roxy, I literally was writing a letter to my mum to say goodbye because I just couldn't do it anymore. And literally, Roxy, like, saved my life. You make it saved my life. Like, I've done so much in 6 months that I've done in 3 years. And I thank you guys so much. Like, literally, if I had, like, all the money in the world, I'd literally give it to you. And, like, I was even considering signing up again, like, in another name. It was just so amazing. Like, I thank you guys so much. Like, honestly, thank you.
Eunice Marfo.
I just want to start off by
say thank you to Roxy, Asma, and Manon. And what you do is amazing, and I really do hope you can keep on doing what you do. Okay, so You Make It has been an eye-opening, inspiring, and exciting experience that I am truly grateful for. I've learned so much about myself, and I believe that I can use it to be the best version of myself. I've also learned about the power of sisterhood. And the first few sessions that we had were truly emotional, and I'm so grateful for the bond that we've all formed. I mean, we're like a family now. For me, You Make It came at a time where I had finally decided to do what I love, rather than do what was expected of me. But at the same time, I had lost the belief that I could do it. And having had knock after knock from a really bad work experience, and rejection after rejection, it was just really hard to cope with it all. And this is why You Make It is so valuable, because it helps you rediscover your own worth. And when you know your own worth, that's powerful. Wouldn't you agree, ladies? Yeah. Thank you.
Jade Fergus.
Yes, ladies, we're here. Can you imagine? I want to thank Roxy, Manon, yes, Asma for everything. When I started I've been going back and forth to the job centre, so when I found out about this course, it was just a random thing. I got a phone call. My advisor phoned up somebody about this course, and I was like, another one of them courses, I'm not going to finish it anyway, don't really care. But when I spoke to Roxy, there was sort of like a calm in her voice, like to say like a reassurance that I was going to be alright. So if you had told me months ago that I was still going on this course and I'd finished it, I probably would have been like, alright, I'm going to finish anyway. But I've met so many amazing ladies. I'm going to be networking with you, just let you know. Like the video said, this was my lifeline as well. I was ready to give up and everything as well. I didn't believe in anything anymore. I just thought I was just gonna be at home and not doing anything, but this has made me want to do what I love, which is street dance, and to teach kids and to inspire every child out there that's had a background like mine and didn't think they were enough. And now I know that I'm enough and we're all enough, so thanks.
Basically, when I kind of started this course, I was just, it was just kind of, my life was very shambles, rejection after rejection. But now, like, I have like work experience, like, this really great company. My mentor even forced me to do a documentary. There he is. And I'm doing it, and like, I'm just grateful for everything, and God bless you all.
Crystal Brown.
This is nerve-wracking, isn't it? And the thing is, I can see one person in here, I'm going to call him out, but he taught us how to do
do public speaking in one of our sessions, and about, you know, using your voice and your inner power to you guys over there. Where should I start? I was one of the older lot of the group, and I came to You Make It at a point in my life where I was completely like, you know what, I'm done. It's too hard. There's no manual for this, just like parenthood. No one teaches you these things like right from the beginning. And yeah, I met Roxy, and you know, she kind of like an interview, like a discussion, and I wrote her like a very emotional letter. And what did I say? I think I said, well, now I want to say that no man is an island, no man stands alone, and we need people like you to invest in You Make It. You know, if you guys invest in, you can help every single soul, you know, that comes to You Make It. It's so important. Like I said, there's no manual for this. Life just comes in different forms, up and down, round and round. And I'm so grateful for my mentor, Chris, as well, always encouraging me, and everyone that was part of the sessions, teaching us about public speaking, how to deal with different, you know, situations and so forth. And I'm just so grateful that I found You Make It. Without you guys, I don't know where I'll be right now. I'll probably be at home eating Oreos cookies and watching Love Island or something like that. But now I'm literally an events manager. I can comfortably say that. Put on events. Everything I've learned from you guys, I can now pass on to other people. I can pass on to children. I can go to school and just speak to them about life, you know, encourage them, make them realize they have power, they were born with power from within. You just need to know how to make use of it. And you know, in life, there's a lot of people that are out there to dim your light, but you still shine in the dark. Thank you. Lynette Brown.
Hey everyone, I'm actually probably going to be one of the worst because I hate public speaking. This is probably my first public speaking ever. But I just wanted to say before I get on to me, I don't feel like everyone's really sold themselves well. This group is full of, she just said, an events manager, designers, photographers, videographers, an amazing singer, a book writer, an author, a dancer, designers. There's like an amazing array of creative people in this group. I myself am not one of the creatives, however, I did, as you saw in the video, land myself in a role in with this company. Something that I never thought would ever happen, not because I didn't have the potential, but because I didn't believe in myself. The potential was always there, I just genuinely didn't believe in myself. And like Crystal just said, I myself was one of the elder lot. I turned 30 just before, literally days before I got this role. And just before I say, I ramble a lot for anyone that's just watching this. Manon, Asma, Roxy, they are the most amazing women, one of the most amazing women I've ever met. Genuinely. I am, as most of us are, queen of self-sabotage. So anyone that I see is really genuinely trying to help me, I push away. That's just something I do. And the genuineness from these three women is like no other. You have girls that come here, women that come here with no alternative. For me, I suffered from depression and anxiety quite severely before joining You Make It. I suffered from it really badly for years. And I just put something up on Instagram, and Priscilla in the back, who's videoing over there and is trying to hide, she tagged Roxy and I joined You Make It. And all I said was, does anyone want to mentor a young woman who is lost, who really wants to be creative and doesn't know how to do so? Didn't think anything of it, and I ended up here. During the program, I attended every single Friday, something I would have never done because I saw how close people were. I pushed people away, and I joined every single Friday. There was a Friday I genuinely didn't want to come, and Roxy pulled me back. She was like, hell no, you're not going anywhere. And I just want to say, guys, whoever the funders are, I don't know where you're sat today, but
They're all over. Everyone.
this is I'm like genuinely being serious. I'm a mother of two. There are mothers, there are all sorts of women sitting there. I'm a mother of two. I always lacked the confidence in myself. I did have the potential, and since landing a job in this, a role in this job for publicity safety, I have become the woman I know I'm supposed to be. I'm even surprised I'm not shaking right now standing here, to be honest. But this is honestly my first ever public speaking, but that goes to show how amazing this program is, because honestly, before this program, I would have been like, so yeah, that's it really. Everyone here is amazing, and thank you all for being here.
Laura Lindsay.
Hi everybody, my name is Nora, and here is my speech. I am so grateful that I was chosen to take part in this wonderful You Make It program. Every member of the You Make It team and all the workshop leaders and even my amazing mentor, Sarah, they have all helped me to recognise my true professional potential and help me gain confidence in my voice and my abilities, and to believe that I'm worth it. Just like Lynette said, I suffered from depression, even on the course, anxiety as well, which is very hard for me to say, but there it is, I've said it. And I never believed in myself, and self-sabotage as well, like you said. And I've had so many setbacks, you know, I've worked for so many different companies and people have always put me down, and yeah, it's all that, everything about that. But, so, let me see. So yeah, before the program, I decided, you know what, this is all just really bad, so I'm just going to abandon my dream of a writing career, and I'm just going to move on to just, you know, doing a little lowly job and, you know, forgetting my creative side. Like, that's it, I give up, it's just too hard, nobody wants me, I'm done. But I stand here today surrounded by girls that have been absolutely incredible. I have had a great relationship with every single one of you, and I think you are all so amazing, you're all so gifted. It's been so great, and there's even been days where I didn't want to come in, and yeah, just like you said, Roxy pushed me in and said you need to do this, and even Asma as well. There's been times where it's been so hard. I've dealt with so many emotional hard situations, and they've actually helped me be stronger, and it's crazy, like, it's absolutely insane. Anyway, I've learned a lot about myself, and it's been really reassuring to be part of this fantastic, strong sisterhood. And some of the amazing opportunities on You Make It, which I never would have achieved without all these amazing people, were to work as a freelancer. So before You Make It, I never believed I could be a freelancer. I said, you know what, I do not have enough experience. There's no way in hell I would ever be a freelancer. I literally said, I need a year's experience, and I need to work in this place and that place. You know, I had a set goal, and I'd always been really set on one goal, and I never tried to, you know, look at any other side. But I'm working as a freelancer now, and you know, I'm working I'm working for a freelancer, I'm working for 2 startups, and I've attended a TEDx event, which Sarah has helped me do. I've also attended a Fashion Week show. Like, that was amazing. Like, I've always wanted to go to a Fashion Week show, but I don't have the money for that. So You Make It, thank you. Like, oh, it's just amazing. Also, some of us applied for a YouTube competition. I mean, I've always wanted to be a vlogger, but I was way too scared. I was like, no way in hell, I'm not gonna put myself out there, I'm not gonna stand in front of people, and I'm doing it now, crazy. But anyway, and I became a semi-finalist for the YouTube competition. Like, all these things, like, I'm saying it all now, but literally, before this, I was just sitting at home. There was many times when I was depressed. It's just you making a change everything. The amount of opportunities that I've been given, the connections that I've been given, even one of them being, I'm actually going to be a copywriter at this agency. I can't believe it, you know, it's just amazing. I was about to give up my dreams to be a writer, and now I'm doing this, so thank you so much.
Patrice Diago.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start, where to begin. I'm gonna just start with saying why I needed this course. I'm going to just go straight into it. So I went through a time in my life where I was depressed and didn't really feel like I wanted anything else more in life. I had a really close family member that I lost to got a knife crime. He got shot 4 times, and I'm an only child, so that meant a lot to me. Coming from that as well, I then witnessed a murder as well, and now I have a son of my own. So you can imagine, like, every day I'm just trying to make sure that I have him secure, and that's why I needed this. Trying to hold it together. Yeah, so my son, luckily, funnily enough, his birthday is actually 7/7/17. So yeah, he's a very lucky boy. I named him King because of that. But no, this program is literally a lifeline. I've been on a few programs before in my life, but this one's different. This one is different by far. Like, it changes your mentality, it changes you from the inside out. You discover things within yourself that you never knew you had. And even if you do have things inside of you, it kind of generates itself in a way that makes you realize, that makes you feel empowered, makes you feel like you actually can do something and can make a difference. I want to say a huge thank you to Madon, Asma and Roxy. Just like Lynette said, just like all the other females that have just come up and mentioned, it's something that I cannot even describe, to be honest. There have been hard times when I've wanted, because all I wanted to do was be an event, to do events. And it's like every door and opportunity that I knocked on, just no go, just kept getting slapped back in my face. And there was a point within the program that Roxy was like, do you know what, opportunities, your time will come. And all the other kids, all you lovely, amazing women, I thank you so much for encouraging me. Because even though, yes, I'm an only child, it does get lonely sometimes, but at the same time, I have to be my own kind of superhero to kind of encourage myself. And I thank you that I have sisters now. So, yeah, thank you guys. Okay, so I officially will have my first ever event at Rich Mix now. So that will be on the 29th of July. There's still a lot of things that I'm trying to get together, catering, videographers, just
styling, everything. But Afra, you are amazing, and she's actually my partner in this. She has been, every time that I might be late for something, she'll WhatsApp me, message me, but please don't forget now. Anyone that knows Meridian Grand, hi. Yeah, so I'm with the decor team, so all of the chandeliers, cutlery, table sets, flower arrangements, that's me. Really want to quickly just say, please, if you have anyone or know anyone that can support this program, please do with everything that you have. Honestly, you will make a big difference to so many people's lives. And all the other women that will come after, because I know this is not going to be the end. So thank you.
Rael Charles.
So this is not the second one. I'm not supposed to speak up. Yeah, it feels good to be up here. It kind of gives me a chance to show a bit of progress I've made in the last 6 months. Like I started to feel the went on what it is I wanted to do. And I kind of told myself that more than my colleagues. But I don't, look, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I see I'm young, so I've got time. I've got time to figure it out. Yeah.
We've got you.
Yeah, yeah, but you guys are great. Roxy and Asma. Yeah. I guess what makes this program different is because they actually care and they're genuine. And they give opportunities, but they believe in. So that's what makes it different, I guess. Yeah.
Rebecca Grant.
As you said about my speech,
Singing today.
I got a bit of an essay still. Hi everyone. First of all, I just want to say thank you to You Make It. Literally, it's a life-changing experience. And it gave me an opportunity to not only be inspired, but inspire other people. At the start, I met Roxy at the office, and I had walked from Old Street to her office because I didn't have enough money, and she was like, "Do you want tea?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love tea." Plus, just like being in that atmosphere of the office, it was really warm, and I felt really comfortable to tell her my story. I'm a bit closed. I don't like to tell people my business because I don't trust them. But she was super open, so I was like, right, like she's telling me her business. So it's safe in that. I'm trying to follow my notes. But yeah, like walking to the office and having the tea and sitting down, that was an experience in itself, and it really kind of brought me to like life, because like when I got to the office, Roxy doesn't know this, but I had a bag full of food from my mum's house.
And I felt like my ego was being bruised because I was like, oh, like I don't have no money and I'm not working, and like I shouldn't be here. And she was just explaining to me how like this program can change your life, and I was just kind of like in my emotions. She didn't know that. I think I was putting on the front. But yeah, after I heard her story, in my head I was like, "Rah, she's proper strong boy," and I started to cry. And then she was like, "Everybody does this," and then she ran off and got tissues, and I was like, okay. Anyway, in the middle of the course, there was a point when I looked around at all the girls, and I was like, "Rah, like I see myself in all of them," and like I was like, we're all going through the same kind of thing. And then I was like, wow. I was like, I'm not alone. Like, I actually thought I was alone because I moved to Hackney and I was just there by myself. I didn't have no friends, like nothing. I was just there in my house, like writing my songs. Like, but when I met everyone, I was like, oh my god, I got like 30 new friends. Like, I'm very popular. But yeah, like I was like, right, okay. I just want to say, like, I'm really thankful to all the workshop leaders. I'm trying to stay composed, because you all planted like a seed in me to know that there's hope for tomorrow. Because I kind of lost hope. I was kind of like in a space where I was like, okay, you're just gonna be a nothing. Just accept it. But each of them came in the sessions and they were like so enthusiastic. I was like, wow, like, okay. But then I was absorbing because I'm like a sponge, and I was like, oh my god, I can do anything. And I was looking around like, girls, we can actually do everything. And then like Tiana was like, baby, calm down. But yeah, like it was super cool. I loved the nutritionist workshops and the creative writing and negotiations. I don't know where that lady is. She's kind of small, petite, but she was super like, I'm powerful. And I was like, yeah, me too. Like, it was cool. And oh yeah, how can I forget that time when we were all in that, was it Rich Mix, and everyone was crying? I was like, raw, okay. But we were like proper comforting each other because like everyone was telling each other their stories and it was proper deep, and like I was like, right, everyone's telling each other their business again. Okay, this is different. But yeah, it felt like family. Like, you know, when you're just like with your family, you can like take your wig off, like take your wig off, and you guys judge you. That's how it felt. I was like, okay, but I better take mine off. But yeah, man, the family situation was nice. And then meeting my mentor, Chanel, she's at the back looking cute. Oh, she was awesome. Like, when I went to go see Chanel, yeah, I mentally prepared myself. I was like, she's probably gonna look down at me, so I'm just gonna like, just accept it, it's fine. But she was completely the opposite. She was like, you can do anything. She was just like super enthusiastic as well, so that kind of gave me more hope. And I was like, okay, I'll just add this to my jar. And also, just trying to stick to my notes. Yeah, she was like an angel, lifted me up in every chance that she could get. Even up to now, she's taught me, what is it that needs to be done? Okay, Bex, so how? And so make it happen then. Like, seriously, her advice is wisdom sent from God. And I just want to say thank you so much for like believing in me, because I've never had that before. So thank you. Also, just I'm coming to my end now. Today, I basically I'm continuing to be a singer-songwriter and setting up my own business whilst working 2 jobs, and I should be going off to uni in October. I know that sounds like a lot, but being on this this course it's taught me that you should never downplay your greatness and limit yourself. And my final words are, nothing is impossible, and you really can make it when you're on You Make It.
Zayda?
I just stop recording, please. I'm nervous. I just want to thank everyone who was on the course, because you guys all inspired me. And thank you, Roxy. Thank you, Asma. Thank you, Manon, for doing this for us. Yeah, keep funding, guys.
Very awkward. Thank you, Roxy. Thank you, Asma. Thank you, Madam. First off, when I'm not gonna cry. When I found You Make It on Facebook, actually, it was quite a hard year for me because I had been freelancing, but it was very hard, and I thought I wasn't going to get anywhere with it. So I was kind of deciding to go back into full-time employment. But I just kept getting rejection after rejection after rejection. And that wasn't the hard part. It was them telling me, your CV is great, your work is great, you're going to do amazing, but not here. And that's what was really annoying, because it was like, well, if I'm so great, what's the problem? Like, just give me a job, like, it's fine, but whatever. So when I saw You Make It, and I kind of read the prospectus, I really inspired, because I thought, maybe if I do this course, I don't have to look for employment. Maybe I can do things by myself. And I remember filling out the application and getting an email from Roxy to come into the office. And we sat down, and again, Roxy was very open, which made it easy for me to be open. And I had such a good conversation. And I remember feeling so excited by the idea of being on this course. And I remember phoning my mum and being like, it's amazing, but I'm not going to get it. They're not going to let me in. So when Roxy actually called me and let me know that I got a part on the course, I was really shocked, because I just didn't think I would get it. And I think what You Make It gave to me the most, it was not so much all the opportunities, all the workshops, all the people, all the network was so important, but the thing I took away the most was that I can do it without validation from other people. I don't need to work for a fancy agency or a big company. I can do things by myself. I can start my own business. I can do my own work. I am all the validation I need, and I wouldn't have realised that if it was not for I think we all have so many different stories, and it's been an absolute pleasure learning all of yours. All our stories are so different, but as Becky, life is hard, but it's okay. It's okay for it to be hard. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have down moments, but it's not okay to stop. It's not okay to give up. You have to keep fighting. And knowing that I can do that with such a strong, amazing group of women behind me is absolutely amazing, and it's a beautiful gift. To round this up, I just want to say I've been to secondary school, I've been to college, I've been to university, dropped out, I've been on an apprenticeship. I've learned the most here. Out of all of the institutions that I have been, I have learned the most here. This should be mandatory, this should be in schools, this should be in colleges, this should be in uni. It is very important for us as women to understand how powerful we are, because it is not shown enough. It is not in the media. It is not on social media. We need to
Come on,
If you community, support this course. Please, please do, because you do not know how many lives you are saving, how many lives you are changing, and the type of people that will come and be able to then put back into this program themselves, because now we are able to do the things that we never believed that we could once achieve, and now we know we can. So thank you very, very much.
Tiana Graham.
I'm just going to stand behind the table because my legs are a bit jello. I just want to say that when You Make It found me, I graduated in design, and I thought that was, my degree was my ticket, and I couldn't have been any more naive because it's really hard out there. And I think I was at a point where I kind of gave up and didn't believe that my talent was enough, nor was I. So thank God for running after me, because everything happens for a reason. I just want to say, like, this group in front of me is such an amazing bunch of women, and as you can tell, we're an emotional lot. But that comes from strength within, I think, and being able to be honest and real with each other is something that is hard to come by in this community, especially today. It's so competitive and hard, and I think without you guys here at You Make It, we wouldn't have had that space to share our stories and to encourage each other and to inspire each other, which is what each one of you have done for me. And I'm not going to be emotional, but I just want to say thank you, and thank you for all the opportunities and also the confidence to recognise my own worth and the potential that, you know, sometimes you can get lost in the crowd, you can get lost in life, and yeah, this was really something that's helped me find myself and find my purpose too. And I hope everyone else has found this.
Natural Umrah.
I really should have prepared something. Wow, I can't believe it's 6 months have passed already. Like, that's crazy. It feels like it went like that. And yeah, like, the group of women that I was able to share the experience with was, like, I couldn't have asked like a better group of women that were just so supportive. I'd come in like with this idea and everyone would flesh it out and be like, I can do this, I can do that, and it's like, whoa, like I actually have a network of people that I can like rely on. So yeah, that was amazing. But like, thank you so much to Asma for like gaining the courage to start something so important, because it's really, really important that we have like programs like this for women of colour and just women in general, because I think, like Celine was saying, we do downplay our greatness a lot, and courses like this really makes you find the strength and work on it. So yeah, thank you for doing that, and to Roxy and Manuel who have been like on my case this entire time, because like I'm always just somewhere else, but they've like constantly kept me back on track and like, you need to do this, go and see your mentor, and you guys have been amazing. Like, I don't know how much you get paid, but you should get paid more, because do you know what I mean? Like, it's not enough. So yeah, please, like, funding for us, but also I think their jobs are really emotionally straining, because like there's you have to have a lot of passion to work with women who haven't found their voices yet, and to nurture that is such a big job, but they do it with so much grace, so it's like, thank you and well done. I'm so condescending. But yeah, like, this course has been amazing for like opening my eyes to things that I never knew about. Like, like the business workshops were so like necessary. I didn't know stuff. And then like the workshops on like confidence, we had a whole entire workshop on like how to deal with anxiety and your breathing, and I was like taken back, like what, I can control this, like okay. So yeah, like all the workshops were so well thought out, and it was just such a beautiful course. And thank you to my mentor. I'm not sure if she's here, but she she was amazing for like I found her really intimidating because basically she's a big deal. Like she works at the Barbican, like she's really cool. And I was like this little girl from Tottenham, and I was like, I have ideas, and she was just validating everything that I do. And like she told me to think big, and I thought I already was, but it was like apparently there's no limit. So just dream bigger, guys. But yeah, so I'm so thankful. Thank you guys for everything, and well done, girls. You guys are amazing. The growth has been a mad thing, so keep it up.
And Taylor second.
Thank you. Usually, I wouldn't wear my contacts, so that it would make it so much easier for me to do public speaking. I thought I was going to do it in front of the girls, so I put my contacts in. I prepared a speech, because I don't have time to do it, so okay. So I started the programme a couple weeks late, so I could have said I missed out on a bit, but to be fair, I don't feel like I missed out on anything. From nutrition to well-being, the glamorous offices of Vice magazine, from writers and editors to storytellers and actors. It's safe to say that the last 5 to 6 months has been one of the most enjoyable learning curves I've had in all my tender 24 years of life. Going through this journey has included many emotional moments which I wasn't prepared for. I'm not really that much of an emotional person, I don't really show that much of emotion, but this You Make It program has definitely brought it out. There's been a lot of tears, plenty of sighs filled with despair, as well as understanding, several amens, and loads of yas. A lot of that went down. The difference between the usual emotional roller coaster of life that we all are going through is that with the You Make It roller coaster, which we came, we saw, and we conquered. The difference going through this amazing roller coaster was my Make It sisters. My amazing, wonderful You Make It sisters. I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful for meeting you guys. I'm so thankful that I got to share this experience with all of you. It's definitely a blessing. The journey is always more beautiful and authentic when you're not alone. And I definitely didn't feel alone at any stage with any of you guys by my side. So I'm definitely thankful to Asma for starting this amazing, amazing, amazing program. Manon and Roxy, so grateful. I'm thankful for their support. I'm not the easiest person to work with. My time management is poor, but they've always sort of pushed me to do better and to fix up on that. So I'm very thankful for that. Next page. Right. So before coming to You Make It, I felt like I was the jack of all trades, but master of none. So I felt like I could literally do everything and anything, but I hadn't, found my niche, to say the least. I spent a lot of time at university before realising that it wasn't for me. So I felt very lost before finding You Make It. I had a lot of ideas, and I still do, but I didn't have any opportunities. So when I received a very unexpected phone call from this lovely lady down here, who I think Roxy had tracked down, and then she called me, and I think we had been speaking about it, something similar.
to You Make It. So it was definitely a moment of this is way too good to be true, which is exactly I think what I told Roxy when she spoke to me, this is too good to be true. All my life, I've always felt that a lot of things that people have been able to gain a lot easily, I've had to struggle to get even a toe in the similar direction. So You Make It, the concept of You Make It for me was definitely like, they come on, they don't do this, it's a lie. But it was very much true, they definitely do it. Throughout this journey, I've been able to find a lot of clarity, a lot of focus. I was gifted with an amazing mentor called Tom. He was so fantastic. He helped me find direction, he helped me find focus, especially because I feel like I can do everything, but I think a lot of things I want to do in this lifetime, maybe I need to split between the next one, do you know what I mean? So he definitely helped me find focus in that sense, so thank you. I don't know if he's here. Thank you, Tom. Definitely helped me find structure and help me to plan my vocation, my future vocation, what I want to do. You Make It has provided me with an unimaginable amount of knowledge. It's taken me places that I never would have thought that someone like me would be accepted to go boo gentrification, boo. But I'm very thankful and I'm immensely grateful for all the lessons that I've learned. The newfound confidence that I've got, the newfound, like the real kind, not the fake it till you make it kind of confidence, the real one that I found, I'm very grateful. The ability to be unapologetically me and not feeling the need to downplay my personality. So thank you for all the connections because we went to some amazing places. Like if it wasn't for You Make It, we would have never gone there. So very thankful for all of those lovely, wonderful experiences. So thank you again to Manon, Asma and Roxy. I appreciate you guys. I've got a few little one-liners in there for us. Stay positive, never give up. Stay prayed up to somebody. I mean, I don't know who your body is, I don't know who you thank, but say an amen, say a prayer. Always be you. And I love you guys. Peace, love and light, always, and look out for the vibes. Remember you heard it here first. It's just a name now, but remember you heard it. Look out for it next year. Thank you so much.
And finally, there's someone who can't be here today, Tabitha Cruz. I want to call her mentor up on stage, Georgia. If you could just say a quick few words on her behalf about how it's been working with her. Don't mind.
Thank you. I don't feel like I deserve to be on this stage right now. Tabitha's amazing, and I know that during the scheme she had to start working, she's fine, but she's got her head screwed on. I know that she's going to push for her dreams and she's going to really make it, but just to say, gosh, just to say, you guys are amazing. Like, I've been watching from that back there, and there's such a glow about you, you look amazing, there's an aura about you, you're so confident. It's nice to see successful BAME women up here, and I hope Tabitha gets this message because she should be here too.
So now we'd like to introduce Atul back on stage to announce the winners of the Ladies' Den Business Pitching Competition. So if I could bring you on stage, that's okay.
Thank you. So for those of you who don't know, Ladies' Den, like Dragon's Den, only better. Tell me again. So, Unfortunately, I was out of the country, so I couldn't make Ladies' Day, but a fellow trustee of mine, Ian Quest, could make it. Glenda Parker from Hart Square, the founder of Hart Square, was able to make it, and Charlie Rosier. So they were the judges. I'm here to announce the prizes. So let's go through them one by one. So the first prize was for Rebecca for her photography and visual service. Rebecca. Next prize was for Eunice for her hair care product. Thank you, well done. Next was Afra for her beauty treatment. Najwa for her arts organisation. Seda for her Turkish-inspired vegan wraps. Beryl for her children's activity book, Young Life. And then last but not least, Cecilia for her empowering lingerie brand. So some photos, and then Asma, would you like to come back?
So just one more round of applause for all of you. Business pitch competition. So, you know, it's one thing me standing up here, or Roxy standing up here, or Atul standing up here and telling you just how life-changing and amazing and truly vital our work is at You Make It. But now you know that we're telling the truth, because I think if anyone was to say that none of those women spoke with absolute authenticity and honesty about their experiences, they would, we'd have a fight, because they really were fantastically authentic and clearly honest testaments to the work of You Make It. So it's absolutely brilliant that we've been able to work with over 200 women to date since starting up in 2011, and it would be an absolute travesty of justice if this work was to discontinue. If we need that wheel again? It would be an absolute travesty of justice if this work was to discontinue at the end of 2018. Right now we've got a programme that's launched 2-3 weeks ago and it's due to end in November. And unless our funders offer us some level of repeat funding, and you in the audience put your hands in your, actually not in your pockets, who here has got a QR code? You would have found a slip of paper on your chairs when you arrived. There should be more than just a few of you with a QR code, so. Do we have any spare QR codes? So you could well be sitting on your QR code. If not, I'm going to advise that you take a picture of the link to what we've launched as a crowdfunder campaign in order to raise £50,000 towards the £160,000 that we need to raise by the end of November this year, so that our work does not stop. Before we talk more about the crowdfunder, I want to show a very short film. I think you've got a really strong sense of our impact actually, but we'll just show you this really short film on our crowdfunder campaign site right now.
the guts and inspiration to start my very own successful business.
I wouldn't have had a clear vision of where I want to get to and where I will get to.
I would have no idea how to sell myself in interviews or have 2 lined up this afternoon. I wouldn't have the confidence that I have today. I wouldn't have anyone to believe in me, and I wouldn't be in a full-time employment. I wouldn't have made it through the other side of depression.
I wouldn't be as happy as I am now and working in film.
I wouldn't have experimented and put myself forward for a creative role, which is something I now have.
I would never have understood my true worth as an artist and that I am enough.
I wouldn't be given this amazing opportunity to explore the city and claim it as my own.
I wouldn't have found a figure of inspiration in my community.
So presumably everybody in the audience tonight thinks that this work should continue, is that right? Presumably everyone in this audience has some capacity to give even the smallest level of funding, is that right? That needs to be a little bit louder, I think. Now, I think it's really important that we don't just think about our own journeys, but we think about people who may be struggling wrongly and to use our power to do something to support them as well, which is why I've set this initiative up. And I would urge everybody here not just to have come and listen and inspired by the stories and enjoyed the social aspect of this obviously inspirational evening, but to actually truly do something wonderful, which is to become a part of our onwards journey into 2019. Now, I'm no techie, but Roxy is actually, or she's more techie than me. She's created these QR codes, which if you put your phone to and scan, should bring up our crowdfunding campaign site. So does someone want to have a go at doing that? And just let me know that it works. So have you been able to access our crowdfunding campaign site by scanning the QR code? Okay, so it works. It works? Brilliant, okay. So, the way that a crowdfunding campaign works is that as a charity, we have set up what we think is a realistic target of money that we want you, the general public, or friends of you make it, to help us reach. We have until the 18th of August to raise a total of £50,000. We had a soft launch of this crowdfunding campaign on Wednesday afternoon, and I'm absolutely proud to say that we're not that short of £4,000, but we've still got a long way to go. We will still need people to continue not only to put money in themselves, but to tweet about our crowdfunder. What's our tweet? Hashtag we made it. We are absolutely delighted to have the support of a company based at the Shed called Unfold Stories. Marisol is there, who have, the team are kind of scattered around. Hello, put your hands up. Thank you so much. They volunteer their time and expertise to tweet and raise as much noise on social media about our crowdfunding campaign as possible. So I would urge you not only to look at our crowdfunding campaign, to put some money in, but also, if you can scroll down, Manon, if you can scroll down, you can choose a fantastic reward. So, as you heard, just giving some of the examples of these different rewards, we as a charity, the reason I was able to get this going with no funding back in 2011 is that I'm really massive on partnerships and just working with people, and we've continued that really strong partnerships model. So we brought on a whole range of our partners, our mentors, our workshop leaders, to actually offer some of the rewards that we've created on our site. So it's not just about putting money into a good cause, but it's also about getting something you might really, really want in the process. We've got an introduction to yoga class, we've got these beautiful prints by one of our established, very established now, illustrators and graduates of a previous programme, Onyi. I'm not going to go through everything. If you want to do an introduction to natural wine tasting, Shed, our co-working space, Chris, is sponsoring that event for us. You've all heard how absolutely confidently our women through the programme have managed to stand up on stage here and speak. I'm going to take a guess that not everybody in this room is able to necessarily do that. Public speaking is an absolute skill, and so we've got Beyonda, their teacher. Put your hands up, Beyonda. An award-winning spoken word artist who's going to actually help you get a taste of what our women go through to learn how to use your voice with confidence and power, so you can get a taste of what You Make It can actually do for our women. That can be applied to you. Look, this is a great one. For £150, you can spend an evening with the YMI team. You know how brilliant we are. We're not going to do that. So, in the spirit of our, the fact that we have Iranian, French, Pakistani heritage, we're going to be laying on an Iranian, Pakistani, French homemade buffet by us, with some wine supplied by the Shed in our location in Haggerston. So there's just, you get the picture. Oh, hang on, I just really want to call this one up because this is amazing. One of our former business coaches has an absolutely beautiful salon in Victoria Park Village, Skin and Sanctuary. I think she's here in the audience, Sonia. She has very generously donated some of her really high-end, expensive facials for, I've had a few, and I think really, honestly, this is one for the ladies and the men. So you basically get the feedback. It's not just about putting money in, although we obviously welcome anyone to do that, but you can get something in the process. Roxy, is there something that you want to say? Yeah. And then I think what we're going to do is we'll see if there's any interest in the crowd.
Yeah, I think all I wanted was a show of hands if you'll commit to giving money to You Make It here tonight. It's nice to see you here. You've had a few canapes, some drinks. Can we give that money back to the charity? Great. That's all I wanted to get
We should have taken a picture of all those people. Hands up in the air. Yeah, we've got a few back there. I've got some real old friends in the back there. I didn't see their hands go up. I've seen one or two of them. Okay, that's 2 out of 3, not bad. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. So, I think we've made the point, haven't we? We've made the point that this work is absolutely life-changing, it mustn't stop. You've got a part to play in making sure that it continues. We're obviously, as well as raising the £50,000 by the 18th of August, Roxy and I at Manon are not only working to ensure that our last funded programme continues to run with the brilliance that all of our other programmes run, but we're also busily writing fundraising applications and lobbying and arguing to funders that they must give us continued levels of funding, even if it's a slightly lower end to previous funding, because as I said, the world is getting tougher out there and the pressures on them are also getting tough. So I think that's it. Do we have any?
How much can we get to tonight, guys? Because we're on 3885. How much do you think we can get to? 5,000.
And then we are going to aim for. Let's aim for, we're almost at 4, there's a lot of people in the room, you know the work is good, you made the time to be here. Let's go for £6,000. Let's just see what we can do, let's see what we can do. Let's go for £6,000, if it doesn't work, you won't go away with it, we'll find you, we really will. And so at the end of the evening, we are going to take another look at our crowdfunding page just to see if all you guys who put your hands up... We need to refresh the page. Okay, refresh the page. Okay?
Can I ask, are there any boxing fans in here? We've got signed gloves by Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua gloves. Going for £250. That's a bargain, man. Any interest in the gloves in here?
You're better at it than me, actually. Okay, I think we're going to let you have a look at what you need to look at, actually, and we're going to. Should we take the pressure off? Do we need to get them more drunk? I think that's the way to do it. So we're going to cue the music. Sorry.
So how about you run your personal fitness accounts? Let's see how you
Before we break, in order for you to get working with your QR codes, look, there's the Wi-Fi access being put in now. Thank you very much, ladies, for that thank you. And I've got a thank you, a sad goodbye and a thank you to make to someone at Sapien who actually has been responsible for initiating the partnership with us, Sarah McClellan. Thank you very much, Sarah. Sarah is what I've understood you need to have when you work with companies are activists, social activists within the company. And Sarah is most certainly one. She's an absolute force of nature. She found us, actually, and then came to a workshop a few years ago, but Rob was running at the Free Word Centre. From that point on, we've just continued to develop and grow a partnership with Sapien. We've managed to get the support of Atul as a chair, and I just feel so blessed and honoured to have had you as part. We feel like you're part of the You Make It team, actually. It's so lovely. But I think I would love for you to come and just say a few words, and we just absolutely love you. And
oh God, I wasn't expecting to do a speech. I don't know how many graduations I've been to now. I think I started in 2014, and each time I come, I'm really overwhelmed by how confident and how successful all of you are, and it's just so inspirational. So it's part of the reason why I'm leaving myself, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm moving to New Zealand. And I don't have a job, but I think I'll be fine, and I'll go there and... Your best life! Yeah, every time I come to a graduation, and I meet you girls during the programme a few times, yeah, I was always so overwhelmed by how successful you go on to be, so this is me trying to do that as well.
can I just have, is everyone really clear of the crowdfunder link? Did you all take the details? No. Everybody? Can you put it back up? Can you just keep it up, please, Manon? What was I going to say? There was one more really important thing. Oh, can you tweet about us? Can you send the link to all of your friends and your family?
Can you put it on Facebook? Can you do everything you can possible to make sure that other people get to this cause? We have found that since we launched on Wednesday, really if you ask people, if you corner them, if you send them a WhatsApp, if you put them a line, if you knock on your neighbours' doors, which is what I did when we launched, people will give. And they won't give because, they're embarrassed and you kind of shame them into giving. They'll give it because actually You explain what the programme does, you explain our impact, you explain the work of our women, they will give, because people are generally good. So on that note, I'm going to ask the ladies to come back, the good ladies to come back onto the stage and have a group photo with us, and then if we cue the music manual, and everybody here tonight, all it takes is popping out your card, choosing a reward, making a donation. It's really simple. It takes literally 2 minutes at the very most. We will check in and hope to have reached that £6,000 target at the end of this evening. Thank you very much for coming.